It was a very windy day at the beach. Miffy and her father were pulling Miffy's little wagon, but the wind was blowing so hard that it was very difficult to pull. Miffy was very tired from pulling the wagon. Miffy said, "Father, isn't this a good place for our tent?" "Yes," said Father Bunny. "But because the wind is blowing so hard, it will be difficult to put up the tent." They worked together, and soon the tent was up, and they put all of their things inside to protect them from the wind. "That was difficult," said Miffy. "But it's very cozy inside here." "Yes, Miffy," said Father Bunny. "I think we deserve a biscuit now. But we must eat them quickly before everything gets covered with sand." When the biscuits were finished, Miffy and her father went out to play with a ball. But the wind was too strong. "Oh no!" cried Miffy. "My ball will blow into the water." But Father Bunny was able to stop the ball just in time. "Throwing the ball is too difficult in this wind," he said. "But I have an idea. This wind is perfect for flying a kite." So Miffy went inside the tent and brought out her beautiful red kite. "Okay, Miffy," said her father. "I will hold the kite up high, and you will hold on to the string. When the wind blows, I will let go. And if you hold on tight to the string, the kite will fly up in the air." A strong gust of wind blew, and Father released the kite, and it flew high up into the air. The red kite looked beautiful against the blue sky. But the wind was very strong, and the kite danced this way and that in the air. It was hard for little Miffy to hold on to the string. She was afraid that the wind would lift her off the ground and up into the air. "Hold on tight, Miffy," shouted her father. "I'm coming to help you." But he was too late. The kite hit the ground so hard that it was broken and torn. "Oh dear," cried Miffy. "My lovely kite is smashed." Father Bunny said, "Don't cry, Miffy. The wind is too strong at the beach today. I think we should go home." They carefully folded up their tent and put all of their things into the car. Miffy held her broken kite on her lap. She didn't cry anymore, but she was very sad. Miffy's mother made some warm cabbage soup for them. Then Miffy went to bed. She was very tired after her big adventure at the beach. Mother Bunny said to Father Bunny, "Do you think you can repair the kite?" "I will try," said Father Bunny. The next morning when Miffy woke up, she blinked her eyes in astonishment. There, at the end of her bed, was her beautiful red kite, as good as new. "My father is so clever," she thought. One morning, Miffy was fast asleep in her bed. She was having a beautiful dream. Suddenly, her mother rushed into her room and said, "Miffy dear, wake up, it's late. You'll be late for school." Miffy quickly sat up and looked at her clock. It was very late. Miffy rushed to her wardrobe. "What should I wear, Mother?" she said. "Just wear anything," said Mother Bunny. "You must get dressed very quickly so that you won't be late for school." So Miffy chose her yellow dress. Come and have your breakfast, Miffy, called her mother. I have carrots and tomatoes all ready for you. But when Miffy came into the kitchen, her mother was surprised. Miffy, she said, you have a big spot on your dress. Oh dear, said Miffy. If I have to change my clothes, I'll be later than ever. But you must, said her mother. You should wear clean clothes to school. When you are rushing, everything goes wrong. So Miffy changed into a clean dress. Now I must really run to school, she said. Hold on, Miffy, called her mother. You have forgotten your lunch bag. Before Miffy got very far, she remembered that she had promised her teacher a nice red apple from the tree in her garden. She knew she would be later still, but she ran back home to get the apple. But Miffy could not reach the apple in the tree. Mother, she called, could you please come and pick an apple from the tree for me? I promised to bring one to my teacher. Oh dear, Miffy, said her mother. You're getting later and later. But she picked the apple for Miffy, and off Miffy went again. Miffy ran and ran all the way to school. Oh, I'm so late, she cried. But the door did not open. It was locked. Miffy looked at the playground. It was empty, and there were no scooters parked there. Then there was her mother in the car. Miffy, she called. In our rush, we completely forgot that today is a school holiday. You're not late. There is no school today. Miffy laughed and laughed. You see, Miffy, Mother said, when you are rushing, everything goes wrong. But not everything, said Miffy. Now I have a delicious apple to eat. And tomorrow I'll pick a fresh one for the teacher. Miffy rode home with her mother and enjoyed the rest of her school holiday. One morning, Boris and Barbara Bear were having fun watching Snuffy running and playing outside their house. Snuffy is having a wonderful time, said Barbara. She is such a lively little dog. Then Snuffy wagged her little tail and ran off, barking happily through the woods. On her way to Poppy Pig's house, she passed Melanie, who was riding her scooter to school. Oh dear, said Melanie. Snuffy can run so much faster than I can go on my scooter. She is such a speedy little dog. Snuffy ran round and round Melanie's scooter. Then she gave a happy little bark and ran off towards Poppy Pig's house. Good morning, Snuffy, said Poppy. You certainly are a happy little dog today. Goodness me, said Poppy. I wish I had as much energy as you, Snuffy. Snuffy certainly did love to run and jump, and soon she was running and barking on her way to visit Miffy. But Miffy was not at home. Snuffy ran all around Miffy's house, but she could not find her. Soon Snuffy began to get tired and sleepy. She lay down in Miffy's garden and fell fast asleep. In a little while, Miffy came home from school and saw Snuffy lying there. Snuffy didn't move at all. Miffy was very worried. "Snuffy? Snuffy?" she called, but Snuffy still did not move. Just then Poppy Pig came walking by, and Miffy said, "Oh, Poppy, look at Snuffy just lying there. I think she must be ill." "How come?" said Poppy. "Just this morning she was running and jumping in my garden, so very full of life. But look how very still she is. I think she must be sick." Melanie came riding up on her scooter. "Look, Melanie," said Miffy. "Snuffy must have something wrong with her. She's just lying there and not moving." "Well, she was moving very fast when I saw her this morning." Just at that moment, Boris and Barbara Bear came by, carrying a bag of groceries. "Hello, Miffy," said Barbara. "Why do you look so sad?" "I'm worried about Snuffy," said Miffy. "She's lying so still. I'm afraid she's ill." But just then, Snuffy opened her eyes and sniffed. "Look," said Boris. "Snuffy smells the food in our shopping bag. She was just very tired, Miffy, but as soon as she smells good food, she wakes up again." "Here is a biscuit for you, Snuffy," said Barbara. After her sleep and the biscuit, Snuffy was ready to run around again. Miffy was happy to see that Snuffy was just fine. Poppy Pig was working hard in her garden. There was a lot of work to be done. The whole garden was covered with fallen leaves. Poppy's niece Grunty was sitting nearby reading a book. "Can you come and help me, please, Grunty?" asked Poppy Pig. "Oh, Poppy," said Grunty, "I'm so tired." "How can you be tired?" asked Poppy. "You haven't done anything all day except read that book. So please, come and help me. You can rake all the leaves into a heap." So Grunty began to rake the leaves, but it was hard work, and she huffed and puffed and soon had to sit down again. "You must finish the job, Grunty," said Poppy. "We must clear all the leaves up today." "There are too many leaves and it's such hard work," said Grunty. Just then, Miffy came walking by. "May I help you?" said Miffy. "I see that you have a lot of work to do." "Oh, yes," said Grunty. "We would be very happy if you could help us." "Oh, yes, please," said Poppy. "Grunty says she's too tired to do any work. Perhaps she'll find that doing the work together is more fun." "I like to rake leaves," said Miffy. "They make such a nice crunchy sound." Grunty and Miffy raked the leaves together. The pile became bigger and bigger. "What's great fun," said Miffy, "is to jump on the pile of leaves and sink right down inside. I will show you." "Oh dear," said Grunty. "Now we have to rake the leaves all up again." "But it's fun," said Miffy. "I'll rake them back into a pile, and this time you can jump into them." "Well, all right," said Grunty. "Is it really fun?" "Try it," said Miffy. Grunty laughed and laughed. "You are right, Miffy," Grunty said. "It is great fun." And soon Miffy and Grunty were taking turns, raking, running, and jumping in the leaves. Then the telephone rang. Poppy went to answer it. When she returned, she said, "That was Miffy's mother. She asked if Miffy could come home and rake the grass." "Oh," said Grunty, "may I go and help her, Poppy?" And Poppy Pig said, "But Grunty, I thought you were too tired." "Yes, I was, but I'm not anymore," said Grunty. So she promised to go and help Mother Bunny because raking leaves really is a lot of fun. On her first day at school, Miffy's teacher said, "Children, today we'll plant seeds in flower pots on the window ledge, and during the year we will watch them grow into lovely flowers." Miffy was very surprised when the teacher handed her a little black seed. "How can a little black seed become a pretty flower?" "It's the magic of nature," said her teacher. "Everything living starts from a tiny seed. In the seed is everything that can help it to become a flower. When we put it in the ground, we must water it so that it grows." Every day Miffy watched her pot. First, a very tiny bit of green showed above the black soil. Then small leaves began to form. Then, in just a few weeks, a tiny bud of colour appeared. And in another couple of days, it opened up into a real flower. Miffy wondered if everything she planted in the ground would grow into something nice. That evening, while Miffy was helping her mother with the dishes, she told her how wonderful it was to see a flower grow from a tiny black seed. "Yes," said Mother Bunny, "tomorrow your father will plant some seeds, and you will see flowers grow again, right here in our own garden." Miffy was so excited that she dropped a cup and it broke into pieces. "Oh dear," said Miffy. "I'm so sorry, Mother. I broke one of our lovely cups." She began to cry, but Mother Bunny said, "Don't cry, Miffy dear. I know it was just an accident." The next day, Miffy thought, "If a lovely flower can grow from a little seed, perhaps if I plant a piece of the cup in the ground, a new one will grow." When Miffy's father was planting seeds in their garden, Miffy asked, "If I plant a piece of the broken cup, will a new one grow?" "I don't think so, Miffy," said Father Bunny. "But you can try it." So Miffy watched the little garden every day, just for fun, hoping that maybe a new cup would really grow. Gradually, many beautiful flowers appeared, but no cups. Miffy's father and mother knew that Miffy would be disappointed, so Father Bunny had an idea. When he came home that evening, he had bought a new cup. While Miffy was sleeping, he buried the new cup where Miffy had put the broken piece. In the morning, Father Bunny said, "Miffy, I think something is really coming up where you planted the piece of broken cup." Miffy ran outside as fast as she could go. Sure enough, there was a bright yellow cup handle sticking up out of the ground. Miffy pulled it out and was very surprised. "I know that only living things can grow from the ground," she said. Mother and Father laughed, and Father Bunny said, "Yes, Miffy dear, that is true. I bought that new cup and put it into the ground just as a little joke." And they all laughed.
Miffy, 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 run! With her friend she's having fun. Snuffy, Grunty, Boris Bear, Poppy Pig,